Welcome to the final chapter in our journey, a journey through ancient knowledge, hidden truths, and the deep mysteries of the cosmos. What we're about to uncover today is not speculation or myth, but a narrative woven through ancient texts, discovered through diligent research, and preserved across cultures. I'm Reverend Mother Mary Catherine, and you are watching the final video in the Mysteries of the Angels, Anunnaki, and the Watchers series. This is the truth about the Watchers, angels, and the Anunnaki, and their connections to humanity. The story has been twisted, hidden, and obscured for centuries, but it's time to bring it to the light. The Watchers, who are they really? In the ancient texts, we find that not all Watchers were fallen. The term Watchers itself translates to those who do not sleep, a title that refers to two distinct kinds of beings, those who fell and those who did not. The ones who fell had their own agenda. They descended from heaven to earth, took human women for themselves, and their offspring became the Nephilim, giants, titans of old. The Watchers, in their role as teachers, shared knowledge with humanity that they were never meant to. Technologies, metallurgy, astronomy, alchemy, the secrets of magic, and the arts of civilization and war. But this knowledge came with a price. The wisdom they imparted led to corruption, and ultimately their celestial or divine leaders intervened to bring judgment upon them. And what of the angels? In the texts, they are not the loving, gentle beings of popular Christianity, but warriors of the divine will, sometimes bringing judgment, sometimes protection, but always acting on a higher authority. The fallen Watchers, despite their attempts to guide humanity, were not acting in harmony with the divine order, and thus the angels came, sent to stop the Watchers and their influence. The angels' task was not merely punitive. It was a necessary course correction. The Watchers had gone too far, creating not just knowledge, but beings that threatened the natural order. The angels, under divine command, intervened. The Watchers were bound, their punishment a reminder of the consequences of interfering with the fundamental laws of the cosmos. Now, let's turn to another aspect of our investigation, the Anunnaki. The connection between the Anunnaki and the Watchers is not just one of similar roles, but of direct involvement in the creation of humanity itself. The Anunnaki, gods of the ancient Sumerians, descended to earth, not unlike the Watchers, but their goal was not to simply share knowledge, but to create humanity for a purpose, to serve them. The Anunnaki, like the Watchers, sought to engineer the human race. They manipulated the genetics of early hominids, creating the first fully modern humans. Adapa, also known as Adam, the first perfected hairless human. They mixed their own DNA with that of Homo erectus, making the first human capable of intelligence, understanding, and labor. But they were not the only ones who influenced humanity's evolution. Here's where the connections began to unfold. The Watchers, with their advanced knowledge, appear to have been connected to the Anunnaki, not just as similar groups, but as two facets of the same overarching plan. The Anunnaki creating humanity, but the Watchers sought to elevate them, teaching them secrets beyond their comprehension. The relationship was complex, both guiding and controlling, both empowering and enslaving. It was a tangled web of divine beings with their own agendas, some teaching knowledge, others creating beings to worship them. The Watchers and the Anunnaki were not simple gods or angels. They were part of a much larger cosmic drama that spanned heaven and earth. And then there were the Nephilim, the offspring of the Watchers and human women. Giants, titans, half divine, with the knowledge of their parents and the power of their divine ancestry. These Nephilim became the rulers, the kings, and the legends of ancient Earth. But they were also the cause of the great corruption that led to the flood. The flood was not just a divine reset. It was the attempt to rid the earth of the hybrid beings who threatened to tip the balance of power. But even after the flood, the influence of the Watchers and the Anunnaki did not disappear. Their legacy continued in the ancient stories of gods, giants, and angels. These extraterrestrials didn't leave. They remained, still influencing humanity in ways we've yet to fully comprehend. There is proof that even after the flood, they walked among humanity. Some of these beings were able to take human form, and in certain cases even fathered children with human women. These accounts can be found in countless ancient stories passed down through generations, each one reflecting the remarkable influence these beings had on human civilization. From Sumerian kings to the gods of the Greeks, their presence was felt in every corner of the world, shaping cultures, religions, and even the very foundation of humanity itself. But to truly understand their lasting impact, we must look beyond the mainstream narratives. These ancient truths are hidden in the original languages, waiting to be uncovered by those willing to look beyond the veil of modern interpretations. Mainstream cultures and authorities have tried to suppress these stories, dismissing them as mere myth. But when you peel back the layers, a much larger picture begins to emerge. The Watchers, the angels, and the Anunnaki, other extraterrestrial beings, were not mere figments of ancient imagination. They were real, and their influence on humanity is woven through the fabric of history. These truths are not isolated. They're all tied together. And when you start to connect the dots between cultures across time and geography, you begin to see the true scope of their impact. The ancient stories from Mesopotamia, Greece, Egypt, and even the Americas tell the same tale in different forms. Their names and faces may change, but the essence remains the same. These beings, these visitors from the stars, were with us long before we were ever told. You might be wondering why this matters today. Why does the ancient story of angels, Watchers, and the Anunnaki matter to us now? It's because this knowledge, hidden for centuries, offers us answers. Answers about our origins, our potential, and the forces that have shaped our history. We are standing at the threshold of understanding the true origins of humanity, what we were meant to be, what we have become, and what we might yet be. The Watchers, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, they all leave their fingerprints on us, guiding us in ways we may not even realize. When we talk about angels, We often think of the grand ethereal beings, majestic, winged, and divine. Yet in recent years, many everyday people claim to have encounters with angelic beings, extraterrestrials, and even demons. These experiences may seem strange, but they echo a deeper truth. The realms of the unseen, the divine, and the otherworldly are much closer than we might think. In fact, we are surrounded by entities that exist on a different plane of reality, and they often cross into our world. But here's where things get tricky. The demons we think of today are not the same as the demons of ancient times. Some believe that what we now call demons are actually the spirits of the Nephilim, the hybrid beings born of the Watchers and human women. These spirits, along with the fallen angels themselves, are cursed to roam the earth for eternity. They're trapped here, never able to reincarnate, never able to leave or move on. Their purpose, it seems, is not to torment or to destroy, but to haunt, restless, bound to the earth, without hope of redemption. Yet not all spirits are evil. The ancient concept of daemones offers a different perspective. Daemones were not inherently malevolent, but rather neutral, chaotic forces, neither good nor bad. They were more complex than the modern notion of demons, embodying a raw, untamed energy that can be harnessed for both constructive and destructive purposes. In high ceremonial magic, these entities can be summoned and commanded. They are powerful, but their intentions are not always evil. They are unpredictable, like forces of nature, and those who work with them understand that control over them requires deep knowledge and respect. And this is where King Solomon comes into the picture. The great King Solomon, builder of the temple, was said to have mastered the art of commanding spirits, including those of angels and demons alike. His legendary Seal of Solomon was reputed to be a key to unlocking the power of these beings, a tool that allowed him to summon and control them to do his bidding. The temple itself was a focal point for mystical practices, where Solomon was said to commune with angels and command spirits to perform various tasks. His ability to wield such power is an indication of the ancient wisdom of magical practices. It remains a symbol of authority and mastery over the unseen forces that dwell around us. As we close this chapter, remember, this is not the end of the journey, but the beginning. The truth of our past is waiting for us to uncover. And as we continue to search, the pieces continue to fall into place. Keep questioning, keep seeking, and always remember, the answers are out there.